It's a football Friday, people. It is the one we've been waiting for 7 months. You know who we are. Let's waste no time. Roll the highlight. Do it. Eagles and Cowboys kicking off the NFL season last night with extraordinary drama. Brandon Graham, Jeffrey Lurie, the banner ceremony, the Eagles players not on the field as they said they wouldn't be. Then, after the opening kickoff, Cowboys offense and Eagles defense on the field, and this moment that will be talked about all morning long. Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott. He's thrown out, RC, before the first snap.
Listen, it's the stupidest decision of the entire night, and I feel like this truly cost the Eagles the entire time on the defensive side of the football.
Teddy, what can we say about this moment?
Especially after emphasis all preseason, the one word was sportsmanship from the National Football League. The showcase game Thursday night, before the first play, he spits on Dak.
And then the Cowboys get their first offensive series, and Dak, Danny, was sharp.
Right down the field, good protection, CeeDee Lamb with a post corner route. And then one of the things that showed on this drive that was a theme throughout the night was the interior of their offensive line did a lot of damage in the run game.
Javonte Williams, one of his 2 touchdowns on the night. Cowboys up 7-0, but then it's Jalen Hurts with the answer.
What a great answer by the Philadelphia Eagles offense. One of the things that he does as good as anybody in the league is run with the football from the pocket. Jalen Hurts answers.
Both offenses very effective in that first half. 17-14 Cowboys, and here comes Jahan Dotson.
Cannot throw it better. 45 yards down the hash. He sees the safety take the inside post. He throws it to Dotson on the outside post. Flawless throw.
And that sets up this, RC, Saquon for the score.
Saquon Barkley with the big run. We know the type of damage he can do when he gets to the second level. Physical finish. Let's give kisses to all the people in the crowd.
He goes up 21-20 at the half. Saquon would run for 60 on the night. Miles Sanders in the third quarter would run for 49 on this play alone.
This is a game-winning play by Zach Bond. If he does not track him down, that's a touchdown for Dallas's offense. And then a couple plays later, this ball gets punched out, and it's one of the key plays in the football game. Shout out to Zach Bond with another tremendous effort play.
And then how about
7-point tackle?
Boom. But then how about the tackle by Dak Prescott here on the other end, which might save points?
Shades of Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
Divisional play round.
Playoff. So much drama. Eagles defense celebrating with the tush push. Then everybody in America went to sleep because there was this rain delay for a lightning delay, an hour and 3 minutes. They would resume at 11:30 Eastern. So here's what you missed. Cowboys down 4, 3rd down and 5, George Pickens.
Yeah, Pickens finally wins on the perimeter. They looked to him a ton last night. CeeDee had a big game.
Who was covering him there, Dan?
Yep, anybody opposite Quinyon Mitchell's going to be the storyline.
And then here's the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot throw it better by Dak Prescott. He gets CeeDee Lamb on that inside breaking post route. It's perfectly thrown. He's going to catch it 99 out of 100.
He would have 3 drops last night.
Was 97.
Credited. A devastating one. And then 2 minutes to go. This is on a 4th down play. This one doesn't count as a drop because he's diving, but RC, it's a catchable ball.
Listen, you go to people in the most important moments. CeeDee Lamb, the #1 wide receiver, one-on-one. He needs to catch this football. You can see how dejected he is here because he knows that's a big-time play.
Devastating. So the Eagles get it back, and here's your ball game. 1:45 to play. This is a 3rd down and putting a finishing touch on his masterpiece.
It's like watching the same play over and over and over again. He was sensational.
And so the Eagles hold on, and they win an unbelievable opener after the game. CeeDee dejected.
Man, that's terrible. Honestly, I feel like, I can't point no fingers at nobody else, you know what I'm saying? And I take full accountability and everything else that come with it because, as for me as a player, I pray for moments like that, you know what I'm saying, and the ball to come my way. And obviously for me to not come up with it, bro, it stings a little bit.
Wasn't just those plays. There's throws out there that I want back, but it's game 1, and he's a guy that makes those plays. He's going to make those plays. We're not going to get down on him. We're not going to lose confidence by any means.
Okay, put your feet up if you're watching at home. We got all morning long to dive into what was an endlessly interesting opener, and both quarterbacks were terrific. There's so much to say about this. If CeeDee Lamb holds on to some of those passes, the conversation we're having about Dak Prescott this morning would be deafening.
Yeah, but more importantly, Jalen Hurts was perfect.
Jalen was perfect.
Jalen had played a perfect game, but the Cowboys' perspective, I think the Cowboys beat themselves, and that's your takeaway. If you're them, you're so encouraged by so much. If you take away the fumble by Miles Sanders late in this third quarter, or if you catch 1 or 2 or 3 of those balls by Dak Prescott, it might be a different outcome. So I think if you're the Dallas Cowboys, the way you look, the way that Schottenheimer had your team ready, the way the offense looked, the way the interior of the offensive line played, Dak Prescott was absolutely fantastic throwing the football, moving. I thought the defense played pretty darn as well. So I think if you're the Cowboys, I know you don't win the game, but you beat yourselves and you walk away encouraged.
Yeah, CeeDee's, talking about CeeDee's comments here, it's you don't have a great team. I mean, you can't make up for drops like this. I mean, you're the one you're looked at as the star that wears it on his helmet. Not only you're a star receiver, one of the best in the league. Okay, Micah's not there to make a play for you on the other side. You know, I mean, you don't have a defense, so don't worry, defense got my back. You can't assume that now. So there's more pressure on the offense. Those plays have to be made. You have to score points. CeeDee didn't get it done last night.
I feel like all offseason we talked about their interior offensive line and how they were so young up front. I thought the Cowboys moved the Eagles' defensive line with ease. Now, I know that the best player on the Eagles' defensive line spit on another man, so he didn't play a single snap. That said, you look at what Booker did, you look what those guys, Guyton, all them out there, they were moving that Eagles defensive line, which we heard all offseason was going to be this great, great advantage for Philadelphia.
I know what you want. Right. See, these three acting like they ain't never been on Get Up after a Cowboys game. But I'm here for you, Greeny. That's why I wore my blue. If those balls are caught, we're talking about Dak Prescott playing as well as we've ever seen him play. We're talking about Dak Prescott playing on the tier with the Josh Allens, with the Lamar Jacksons, with the Joe Burrows, with the Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about CeeDee Lamb's drops. Let's not forget that Jake Ferguson drops a touchdown before Miles Sanders fumbles the football, even though there's an unnecessary roughness. Yes, Jalen Hurts was perfect, but so was Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott made plays with his legs, which we hadn't seen from him in years. He scrambled, moved to his left, big throws down the field. He made every play from an individual perspective that he needed to make.
Yeah.
None of this is on Dak Prescott. If other players step up and make plays offensively without Micah Parsons on defense, you're asking the Philadelphia Eagles offense to make a play late in that game because Dak Prescott, along with Jalen Hurts, was the best football player on the field.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
Two major questions answered for the Cowboys offense for me was the offensive line, how good it would be. They looked really good. And then Dak's hammy. Really, how was he in terms of mobility and the play that RC's referencing when he had to escape a sack, move to his left?
Yeah.
I mean, you're thinking about those screws in the hamstrings, and you're thinking if he's all right, he looked good. He's going to have a great year.
So I agree with you. I thought Dak looked fantastic. I think the two things that come off of it are we can't talk about the Cowboys' offensive line and the interior of the offensive line and not have the conversation of Carter.
He's mentioned.
He's a defensive player of the year candidate. Yeah. So he's a game changer. They even said it. So while you walk away encouraged and all that, there's just that asterisk, that caveat of like, oh, well, they didn't have the guy. And then also, is it as much of, man, you're so encouraged by the way Dak threw it, or you're a little bit, if you're the Eagles, going, we got a problem opposite Quinyon Mitchell. And that's not being in any disrespect to Dory Jackson.
That's very nicely put.
Yeah, so like that's so.
Well, it looks like Dory was benched.
They need to get in the transfer portal.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do.
I think if you're the Eagles, it's a little bit of your perspective going,